Meanwhile, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas defending the administration's handling of the southern border in 2 congressional hearings yesterday. Take a listen.
We inherited a broken and dismantled system that is already under strain. It is not built to manage the current levels and types of migratory flows. Only Congress can fix this. We have effectively managed an unprecedented number of non-citizens seeking to enter the United States.
My God, man, on the moment, you've been called upon to resign by myself and others. Next year, if we have the majority in this committee, which we shall, if you're still in office, you'll face impeachment.
Mayorkas will testify before the House Judiciary Committee today, so it continues. Joining me right now ahead of that is Tennessee Senate Judiciary Committee and Armed Services Committee member Marsha Blackburn. Senator, it's great to see you. What do you want to ask Mayorkas today?
You know, what Mayorkas should do is admit what is happening at the border. It is not under control. They do not have a plan. Their plan is to have an open border, if there is such a thing, Maria. This fact that he's trying to say, oh, it's all under control, we have a 6-point plan, and the fact that part of their plan is they're going to take, get this, doctors and health care supplies from the VA, and they're going to use that for illegal immigrants at the southern border when we have a 250,000 caseload backlog at the VA. They're going to take it from our veterans, give it to illegal aliens. You've got the borders has COVID. You have them allowing people into the country without a COVID test. You have all of this makes no sense because if you fly out of the country and want to come back in, you have to take a COVID test and prove that it is negative. This is so hypocritical. And for Mayorkas to sit there and say it's under control, don't look here, no problem. Title 42, no problem. We've got this taken care of. Title 42 is in place right now. And if you take it away, you're going to triple the problem, but they got an issue even with Title 42. The cartels are running the border. The cartels are now global organizations. They're working globally. People from 160 different countries across that border last year. Chinese cartels working with Mexican cartels to flood the United States with fentanyl, record number of drug deaths, fentanyl being the #1 killer of young people in that 18 to 30 age group.
Yeah, and we're looking at
this is not under control.
That these drug cartels put ads on TikTok. We're looking at the ads right now. They're showing all this money to be made if you become the getaway car for the drug cartels. And when I was at the border agents told me the drug cartels are making $100 million a week. Senator, I mean, what about all of the money that these illegal refugees are getting? Apparently, they're getting $3,000 plus a month in federal assistance, while Social Security checks are averaging $1,200 a month. So they're getting more than our Social Security recipients, American citizens. And yet, you heard Mayorkas. He's blaming Trump. He says we inherited a border problem, even though we know for a fact that under President Trump, border encounters were at a 20-year low. Now they're at a 22-year high.
They're the highest we have ever seen because there is no border, there is no plan. And we know that what they want is an open border. But this is a danger to our sovereignty. It's a danger to the safety and security of our communities. They are incentivizing the entrance of illegal immigration into this country. As you just said, the benefits that they are getting, the fact that they can come without a COVID test, the fact that they can come in, raise their hand, say the word asylum, and then they're given a court date to go at some point in the future. They're given a cell phone. These are all things that people are looking at this. Hardworking taxpayers, hardworking Tennesseans, Maria, that are struggling to make ends meet right now because inflation is killing them, the price at the pump, And they're going, you got to be kidding me. So you're going to get these people in, you're going to fly them around the country, get them to wherever they want to go, and give them money to spend every month, and I'm out here busting it, trying to make it through the month and take care of my kids, keep gas in the car. I'm driving an old car. I can't find a new one. Wages are not keeping up with inflation. These are the problems people are talking about.
Yeah, meanwhile, the left is having a meltdown over Elon Musk acquiring Twitter. Red state politicians are now urging Musk to ditch Twitter's California headquarters, find a new place, set up shop there. You tweeted this: Elon should move Twitter headquarters to the freedom-loving state of Tennessee. The mayor of Jacksonville, Florida, and Texas Governor Greg Abbott also encouraging Musk to make a move, bring the headquarters to their states. I know you're also among other lawmakers who have seen an increase in followers since Musk's takeover. Conservatives are saying that their followers went up. What's going on?
Well, first of all, I think the Twitter snowflakes are just having a good old-fashioned come apart. They're going to have to go to tolerance class if they're going to keep their jobs, and they can no longer censor. I'm seeing about 20,000 additional followers a day. What they're doing is unlocking accounts. They are not shadow banning, so they are allowing people who have clicked to follow you to actually populate your Twitter feed. And it is, I think all of us on the conservative side are gaining supporters simply because of this. Like I said, I'm getting about 20,000 a day. And Maria, here's the thing. Twitter was to be the public square. He's going to make it the public square, and I do hope he comes to Tennessee because we have a good technology-based workforce, and people understand how to be fair, and they understand that freedom in this nation have been kept free because in the public square we believe in robust, respectful, bipartisan debate.
Yeah. Well, it's been, you know, it's been a PR firm for the Democrats is what Twitter has been. And that has come with a lot of hate over the last few years, 100%. I've witnessed it firsthand for sure. Senator, it's good to see you as always. Thanks very much. Senator Marsha Blackburn.